Hey, this is Buck with Keller Williams Realty. Today we're going to be going over the buyer's home inspection. You may be aware of the fact that you do have the ability to get a home inspection when making an offer on a home, just not sure how it works. So we're going to go over that today. As a contingency in the purchase agreement, when we make an offer to the seller, we're going to say that we have a week to do a home inspection. So once they accept the offer, the clock starts ticking on that week. At that point, the home inspector goes in there. You can choose whatever home inspector you want. It doesn't actually have to be a licensed home inspector, although I would highly suggest you do use a licensed home inspector. You could actually use anybody you want. I mean, if your dad or your uncle or whoever is in the construction business, you could use them. But nonetheless, I would still suggest using an actual home inspector. They have more thorough training and knowledge. Anyways, at that point, once the home inspection comes back, you can look it over, and you have several options. Based on that inspection, you can just feel free to go forward with the purchase. If there's nothing in there that looks bad, just go right ahead and the ball continues to roll. Otherwise, if there's something terrible in there, something that really concerns you, foundation problems, whatever, you actually do have the ability to cancel the purchasing agreement entirely. At that point, you would get your earnest money back, and then you just start from scratch on a new deal. No penalties to you at all. Otherwise, you could take the route that most people do, which is generally they see a few things on the home inspection that concerns them a little bit, so then at that point they negotiate with the sellers to get those items fixed. You could negotiate that the sellers actually fix them at their expense, or you could actually have the sellers take some money off of the purchase price. Like, say, if you thought it was $1,000 worth of repairs, you could say, well, you know what, we're willing to just lower the price of the home by $1,000, and then we'll take care of the repairs later. Keep in mind that the sellers don't actually have to go along with any of this. And also, when you do make a request for repairs, the sellers have the option of actually putting the home back on the market. They don't actually have to go along with anything. But the reality is, most of the time, they're probably going to make the repairs, as long as you're being reasonable. As long as you don't ask for anything huge that's out of line. I mean, if it's something that really needs to be fixed, they're going to realize that it's going to need to be fixed with, with the next people. If they were to cancel the purchase agreement, those people are probably going to have a home inspection too, and bring up the same issues. So as long as it's reasonable and actually does need to be repaired, most likely the sellers will do it, or they'll knock off some money off the purchase price. Once you come to an agreement on those terms, then the contingency is removed, and then you just continue along with the purchase. So if you have any questions on that, you can call me, Buck Dahani with Keller Williams at 612-803-2718. Thank you.